of the best of 5. So this battle is going to be the decider. Whoever wins that claims the tournament. We're going to have Egypt against Syracuse. We'll go over the build real fast. For Egypt, we're going to see Egyptian cavalry instead of the citizen cavalry, which is an interesting choice. They are going to have a bit less moral than the citizen cav. If I am not mistaken, they have 20 less armor than citizen cav, so slightly better charge. Is going to be a good unit at chasing down skirmishers. We're going to have a Karyan Axeman general and another Karyan Axeman in the back line. So these guys have a lot of javelins. Their melee stats are not amazing, but what they can do is deplete a unit and then get engaged with them. There's going to be Galatian Royal Guard on each flank, which is potentially very bad for Syracuse. If these guys get on a good get a good momentum, they could easily wrap up from 200 kills to 330 kills or something. Thorax Swordsman, that's going to be 3 of them. We're going to get the Nubian Spearman in the front, 2 Levy-2 Spears, 3 of them actually. So Nubian Spears are not a good unit. They have a decent bonus versus large. They have fast advance and square formation. The Levy-2 arrows for the same price as also the square formation, no rapid advance, but quite frankly, rapid advance is not a very useful ability at all. A lot of jabs, so the Levy-2 arrows is definitely a superior unit to the Nubian Spears. We're going to have 2 Egyptian Slingers with only 25 moral, which makes this unit absolutely... I don't want to be vulgar about it, but it makes that unit very, very bad. I'll just keep it that way. Tarentan Cav, 3 of them. For Syracuse, there's going to be Militia Appliqué Front, so that's actually a very good mage shield unit, the Militia Appliqué. We get, I mean, decent moral for the cost, decent armor. There's going to be a bonus versus large, obviously. And then for the swords, Thorax Swordsman, that's going to be 4 of them. Indeed, and 3 Mercenary Sun Knight Warriors. It's going to be APS Lancer, Mercenary Italian Cav. Interesting choice to go for these guys instead of the Citizen. Reason being is that you get a bit less armor, but better stats. It's very decent melee attack. Bonus versus large at 15, just like the Citizens. Did we cover all of Egypt? Yes, we did. There's Thorax Swordsman in the center. So build-wise, I mean, technically I would give it to Syracuse, but the big game changer is going to be those Galatian Royal Guards, and these units it's going to be absolutely crucial how they engage. They need to engage properly, which is why you're going to see the Egyptian cavalry right behind them to help them, to support them. So that's really going to be what decides the outcome of the battle, the Galatian Royal Guards. We're going to see 3 Tarentan Cavs for both players. So what Syracuse has to do at this point, in my humble opinion, is try to get as many jabs out of his cavalry so he can then start blunting charge. It's going to be important to blunt the Galatian Royal Guard throughout the games, because let's say he blunts them with mercenary Italian cavalry and then engage with a Thorax Swordsman. Well, the Thorax Swordsman is going to damage the Galatian Royal Guard more than it should, but a Galatian Royal Guard should be able to win regardless. And let's say it gets out of that fight with 80 men left. That's still going to be extremely dangerous for Sun Knight Warrior on an add-on charge, so he needs cavalry to blunt them throughout the games. It's going to be quite a commitment he has to make to these units. We'll see the Tarentine actually being used a bit defensively, it seems like, for Syracuse, as per Egypt is a bit more aggressive with them. Did I say who was who? So Magellan is going to be Syracuse and Appliqué is going to be Egypt. So yeah, that's a tough one because, you know, Egypt doesn't have the superiority as far as mid-tier swords are concerned. And even the slingers, he doesn't have them, so it's going to be very crucial for Egypt to get to those slingers as well. We see Bilaric and 2 Bilaric and 1 slinger. The Bilaric is actually going to be deployed on the flank where he pushes. So that's an interesting decision. What this means is that as soon as they stop moving, there's going to be units starting to commit on this side, and they're going to be pretty close to the Bilaric, and they're going to eat a lot of stones in their face. The stone in the face is never nice. So Egypt should actually try to get away from their left flank. and really try to turn, so by going on the right side, he would turn his Galatian swords on the opposite side of the Balearic slingers, which is absolutely crucial because these guys, you can be certain of it, they're going to focus on the Galatian Royal Guards. That's a tough one for Egypt because yeah, that's it. He needs those slingers off the battlefield in order for his Galatian Royal Guard to have a longevity. Otherwise, they're going to die faster than they should. We'll kind of see that happening. Actually, there's going to be a doubtful decision. Levy-2 being fired at by both Balearic. These guys needs to be firing at the Galatian Royal Guard ASAP, and that's in my humble opinion. Militia Hoplites are going to get caught off guard by the Nubian Spear on the charge. Wow, those... Did we see... Okay, yeah, well, those Militian Hoplites got absolutely wrecked on that charge. Wow. We'll see the meat shield of Syracuse is starting to drop. Now they've broken, fucking CA, they broke the Hoplite wall. Fucking CA with that last patch, it just messed up a lot of things. May God forgive them. And we'll see a lot of effort being used to destroy the meat shield. And the reason being is that that's going to facilitate the job of the rest of the infantry right after. Because it's going to be harder for Syracuse to blunt charges. It's kind of a stare down at this point, so this is not a battle that Egypt's want to fight. They're losing their meat shield on this side due to better slingers. Then we'll see the Carian Axemen trying to get their jab in there. Commitment from the Thorax Swordsman, pulling away the Nubian Spear should have been done a bit faster. So now what we'll see is probably a charge from the Thorax and the Nubian returning into the fight. Look at how quickly these guys are dropping. That's going to be due to the Balearic fire as well as the Slinger's fire. Thorax being blunted. Good job by Egypt. Oof, those Royal Guard are going to have a lot of fun. So this is exactly how the Royal Guard needs to engage. We're actually going to collide with 2 units without getting charged. Wow. We see the slingers reforming. Front line of Syracuse is starting to collapse. On this side, it's not going to go well for the Samnites. So as you see, 24 kill already on the Galatian. We'll see a push on this side. No, actually, it's going to be... What are these guys doing? Getting ready to reinforce. Galatian Royal Guard are not going to be fired at by 4 slingers, it seems like. Carian Axemen coming in for some jabs. Yep, this Galatian Royal Guard is not going to have a good time now. And as you see that, and beautiful job by Syracuse to get the volleys from the Tarentine into the Royal Guard. They're dropping. So this unit, it's exactly what I was saying. It was not supported properly and they're taking a beating. They're paying for it. Carian Axemen getting their shot into the Sun Knights. Good job. So the Levy-2 heroes took the charge and were reinforced by the Galatian Royal Guard. So on this side, it seems that the Royal Guard are getting a bit more of a better engagement. It looked very good actually on this side with the Galatian Royal Guard, but I don't like seeing that. They punched through a cheap unit and now it just exposes them to the slingers. Best case scenario, you try to engage your Royal Guard big backward in your formation, because even if you just punch through, what this means is that you expose yourself to slinger fire. Bye-bye Italian Cav. That was a big charge from the Apius Lancer. That's going to put an end to those Royal Guards. Yep, very good job by Syracuse. Very good job. On this side, oof, I thought I was crashing. On this side, the Royal Guard's doing well. And we'll actually see Syracuse saying, fuck it, removing units from there. And that's probably the right decision. Egypt's losing their cavalry. We'll see a desperate attempt by the Egyptian cav there to get into that fight, but it's too little too late. Galatian Royal Guard off the battlefield with 120 kill only. Beautiful job by the Apius Lancer. That charge was clutch. And then the Carian Axeman is going to get charged probably by the general there. Or probably not even needed. Yeah, good move by Syracuse to reinforce the cap fight instead and focus with the slingers on this Carian Axeman, which is now routing. So we'll start to see Egypt losing moral due to the general death, and we should see those slingers starting to focus on the Royal Guard on this side. Those Galatians still in the fight. And that's going to be the problem with Egypt, really. So you have those very strong killing units like the Balearic Slingers, which were not fielded in that battle. The Galatian Guards, which are a great melee unit, but the problem really is that you don't have the cavalry to support them.
Riders, advance!
Now those rear chargers are going to be meaningful by the Epis Lancer. That's going to cause these units to rout, although he has to be careful because if these guys get freed and get their job into the Epis, it's going to be bad. Are we going to see a quick play by Egypt? Come on.
Yes, Commander! Engage! And the charge! Quick march!
Yep, good move by Egypt.
Understood.
That Epis Lancer is not going to have a good time
Yes,
at all there.
Commander!
Going to be down 26 men or so when they retreat.
Advance! As you command!
That Galatian still LT. The Slingers. Please don't crash. Okay. Please don't crash. Okay. I'm posting 2 battles on YouTube. I scheduled them, so my computer's tripping balls. Kind of gaming on a potato, really a next-gen potato, but a potato nonetheless. So that's it. Galatian Royal Guard doing fine. Now the Slingers of Syracuse. There's going to be 2 of them left, which are relatively out with Balearic. Tell you what, I've seen Galatian Royal Guard pull off a victory from a fishier situation, and they're still very healthy. Now the question truly is, how many ammo left on those Slingers? Probably a fair amount. They got a good angle, they're only up 98 kills. I would assume they have something like 6 or 7 volleys left, which is plenty to damage that Royal Guard to a point of them not being able to cause damage.
By your command.
Beautiful play by Magellan to counter the Galatians. Beautiful play. Now we see 200 kills, so that unit is starting to pay off. But the general lost is going to hurt their moral big time. They're being attacked from the back, attacked from the front. Yep, that's going to be a GG. Good job, Syracuse. No easy task to beat Egypt with that faction. It was 2 low-tier factions going at each other's throat. And so it seems like Magellan was able to win this clan tournament. These guys were all Cat Clan players. And yeah, it seems like he was the better man on that day. Thank you very much for sharing, Mr. Soap. I appreciate that, and I'm sure the viewers appreciated those battles as well. So congratulations, Magellan, winning the tournament. Aplites, you pulled off quite a fight, really. He lost the first 2 games, was able to do a 2-game comeback and lead it to literally a best of 5 on the last battle. Decisive victory whatsoever for Syracuse. And as we see that Galatian Royal Guard got a lot of kills, the other one not enough. If both of these units would have gotten around 300 kills, it would have been a different story if we look at what was left for Syracuse. Tell you what really hurt them, the Slingers being relatively healthy until late game. Nubian Spear did a good job on the first charge actually against the Militia Hoplite, rendered them pretty useless. Thorax Swordsman being used properly, I would say, by Egypt. Decent kill on pretty much all of them. Carian Axeman General got absolutely mauled, and that was pretty bad for Egypt. They have only 45 armor, so once all those slingers started firing at them, especially in the back, was terrible for them. Egyptian slingers actually doing more than decent, and that was due to the fact that the slingers were focusing on Galatian Royal Guard. So, I mean, yeah. Tell you what, Egypt needed more cav, or perhaps citizen cav, and almost tempted to say let go of the Tarentine unless the rules kind of obligated them to bring them in a way. Two arrows, one of them doing fantastic, the other not so much. EPS Lancer General doing a fantastic job, a lot of kills, same goes for this Tarentine cav. The Italian cav did a good job as well. They blunted some crucial charge. Some Knight doing good, 2 of them. The Thorax Sword, 2 of them doing more than good, actually a stellar performance. Anything above 150 kill with Thorax Swordsman is very good. So good game, gentlemen. Congratulations again, Magellan. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like. And yeah, that's going to be it. Sol Invictus signing off.